Oh, oh, God. It's me. It's the Payne. What's up? Let's go.
Hey! Time to play the game! Hey!
Boom! Shakalaka. Welcome back. 30 Years of Payne special. Another one. Well, it's not a special because I have two more retro consoles I want to talk about. Two more consoles I did not buy in a store. Things I got used from the internet, from friends, whatever. So without further ado, the next console on the list is something that, after I had the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive and the Dreamcast and all the consoles I wanted, I kind of looked outside for something more special, for some more exotic consoles. And I was looking at lineage, I was looking at history, I was looking at the last and the first. What that means is the Amiga CD32. Bah! So yeah, the CD32 was more of a thing of, you know, I looked at this and I was like, this is interesting. When I heard about it, and I just randomly heard about it on the internet because I didn't know what it was. So it's one of these things, and somebody says, Amiga CD32, you're like, what? What is this, like a PlayStation? No, the special thing about this, like I said, it's the first 32-bit console outside of Japan, but who really cares about bits and stuff? I think, don't quote me on that though, but it might have been also the first disc-based console outside of Japan, because Japan made that shit. Made all of that. Japan made everything before anybody else even thought about it. That's how Japan works, alright? We cannot compete with them technologies over there. It was the first, but it also was the last of Amiga. It's like, I never had an Amiga. Like Commodore 64, of course, like I said. This is Commodore, Amiga, whatever. I don't know why they have a million titles for it, but yeah. It was their last console. It was the last console that they ever did, they ever attempted. And it was interesting to see, like, also kind of sad, I mean, that was their last chance. They were already in the back, so this thing was to make or break Amiga forever. Spoiler alerts, it didn't work out. I mean, they're not around anymore, right? All in all, I only got this because there's apparently only 500,000 made of these, and last Amiga console, and again, it's something different. I had the Nintendos, I had the Segas, I wanted an Amiga, so I got the CD32. What does it have for games and whatnot? I mean, nothing really special. Again, the thing about this, it's like, graphic-wise, the games I have and the games I've seen are mostly Super Nintendo, a little bit better than Super Nintendo graphic style. But the main kicker was just having full-fledged soundtracks because you have a CD now. Woo! Controller was pretty wonky. Yeah, that's the controller. And you actually hold it like that. You don't hold it like that. I mean, you look at this and you're like, oh, okay. Holding it like that. Nope, there's shoulder buttons at the top here, so you hold it like this. I mean, it's not bad. It works, but it's still wonky. It's one of these things, though. You have the regular-ass Atari Sega Mega Drive connector, so you can put your Mega Drive controllers in there, no problemo. But yeah, CD32, I don't know. I mean, the games, I have a couple of games, and the only one I really cared about was Zool, because Zool was like a platformer that my cousin had on PC a long time before, and I got the CD32, and Zool was actually supposed to be the mascot, but you know, I could go on about this, but the CD32 history is quite an interesting read. I would suggest you go on Google and type it in and look at all the story and all the mishappenings and all the stuff they kind of ran into. But yeah, Zool was supposed to be the mascot. Deal fell through because of problems and time issues and whatnot. But yeah, I wanted Zool, and I got Zool, and Zool didn't work. So I got another one, and it didn't work again. I was like, okay, you know, fuck it. I just keep getting stuck on the menu screen. I seriously got the game with the console, and I put it in, and it goes to the menu screen, and I push every fucking button. I try out a different controller, push every button, doesn't work. And then I get to the guy on eBay, and I'm like, hey, the disc doesn't work. I need another one. I need a replacement. And he was like, you know what? I'm gonna try track one down. And he got one. And I sent him his disc back. I got the other one, and I put it in, and it still didn't work. So, no to Zool. Yeah, and that's it. Like, the other games are like, you have like Doom and like Doom clones, and it's like King's Quest? King's Quest? Yeah, I mean King's Quest, okay, but you know, with that, But I think there's like mods for mouse and keyboards. I think that you can play around a lot with the console actually from what I read, but I'm not really about those things. I just want the console in its vanilla state with everything like it's supposed to do, but you know, you're just not getting a lot out of it. So hey. But hey, let's get to the good part. The reason why I made a part 2, really, and I just got the Amiga CD in there. But the reason I'm here again, talking about the retro consoles, is for the one fucking console I looked for so long, I wanted for so long, and at the end, I got it. It's a Neo Geo! The Neo Geo AES. That's right, that thing. I don't even want to take it out of the box because it's my precious. No joke, fucking, like I said, I've been looking for this for about 10 years. My Neo Geo quests, I think it started, let's see. So, like I said, I think I was around 16 years old when this whole thing started, when I was getting the other consoles, the Sega Mega Drives. I already wanted the Neo Geo, but again, I was 16 years old, and so the challenge was finding one, and finding one at a price I could somehow afford. Of course, good quality and everything. And funny enough, I found some here in Luxembourg. There were a couple of instances where I got close. There were a couple of instances where I thought I would get one. But like I said, the first time was around, like I said, when I was 16 years old, and somebody was selling it. We got like on the newspaper or whatever, somewhere here in Luxembourg actually. So I called the dude and I talked to him like I'm a big collector and I don't really have that much money, but you know, maybe you can work out a deal. Maybe I'll give you the money right away and kind of split it up or whatever. And I don't know, just I want it, alright, and I'm willing to make some deals or whatever. Nothing illegal though. Don't get crazy. But yeah. The dude was like, I mean, I don't know. He was really like, I'm in charge here. I say what you want. And he was basically telling me like, oh, if you don't have enough money, why aren't you selling all your other games and consoles? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I really want this, but I also want a fucking collection. I'm not gonna sell my entire collection just so I can afford a Neo Geo from you. And I don't really remember what he asked for, but it was quite a bit. And I just looked at that and I was like, you know what, fuck it. And then came the downtime because here it is. It was always like a certain part in time in history where I really got back into like, oh my god, the Neo Geo, I still didn't have one and I still want it. But for the rest of the time, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm guess I'm not gonna get one. And it was the thing, like I was talking to the dude for months. And he was like, I don't know, and blah, 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 blah. And a couple of months later, when I was like, yeah, fucking whatever, I'm not gonna get it. He sent me a text message. Well, I talked with my brother, blah, blah, and maybe you're the right dude. And I was just like, shit, you couldn't find anybody else, so you're coming crawling back to me. And like I said, at that point, I was kind of like, I had kind of moved on, and I got like the Mega Drives and Saturn and whatnot. So I was already short on cash, and I was like, no. I just didn't answer him anymore because I was done with that dude. But yeah, throughout time, it would kind of get back to me. I would kind of see on the newspaper that somebody was selling it, and sometimes I would call, sometimes I'd just be like, I don't know. Like I said, it's been on and off for the Neo Geo. And at the end, I think I was about 24 23, 24, something like that. So, like I said, it's around. I think it's been around 8 years that I finally went in, and basically at the time, finally had a job and stuff, so you have more money. So I looked back, and I looked at my collection, and I looked at all the things I have, and I looked at the one thing I always wanted. During that entire time I've been collecting all the other consoles, there was still that one thing I wanted. So I was just like, you know what? Let's go all in. And I went on eBay and I looked for a long time. I looked, like I said, that was something I never rushed. I didn't just go out and be like, hey, have my money, give me a Neo Geo, blah, blah, blah. No, I was looking carefully. I was looking up and low everywhere. Like I said, that's why, first of all, I always looked in the country if somebody had it. And they even had it like lying out at a store. But again, that was just one of these moments where I came in and they had a Neo Geo and I was like, is that one for sale? No, it's already reserved. Damn it. But yeah, finally, I just hopped on eBay and I looked at so many different guys and just like, even messaging the people beforehand, being like, hey, I'm a very big collector. I know, most of them will probably just like, don't care, buy my shit. I get it, but like I said, I tried my best with this thing. And at the end, I was bidding on it, and I was like, I'm not gonna go over 300. I'm not gonna go over 300. And then at the last 6 seconds of the fucking bidding, I gave him 400 and I won. And I don't regret it. I don't fucking regret it, because the thing I got is amazing. Not only did I get the Neo Geo with like Art of Fighting 1 and 2, like a weird ass soccer game, and there was some, what else did I get? There were a couple of games with it there. Nothing too fancy, nothing super rare, super expensive, but still. Well, it was just a moment. It was just a moment where I was sitting there and I had my 300 and I saw the clock ticking down on the goddamn bidding thing. And I had my hands on the keyboard and I was just like, I'm at 300, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Somebody outbid me and I was like, bam! Go for it! No! I'm getting this one! Alright, so here's the big deal. I got the thing and I took it out and like, listen. Do you hear the clicking? This thing is like new. It's like fucking new. All the buttons, there's like barely any scratches on it. That you can hear it clicks in every direction. I pull it and it's fucking amazing. It's so good. It's so good. And of course, I mean, I got the controller out, so I got the rest out. Here it is, the big beast. It's pretty, I mean, back then we thought it was pretty huge, but look at consoles now, and this is not really that impressive anymore. But yeah, like I said, there's barely any scratches. There's like, I don't think there's actually any scratches on there. So it's like, again, it looks like new. I also got the memory card with it, which is not in here right now. And the best part about it, it's a European console. Now, why is that the best part? I mean, it doesn't fucking matter, right? No. The fact is this. This thing is region free, alright? But it's not only region free, it's region master, it's region king, it's region lord, it's region god. You know why? Because if you're having European Neo Geo and you put in a Japanese game, it makes the game in English without any Japanese text. It gives you regular English text. And that's the thing, no matter what game I put in this, it turns it to English. And if you have a Japanese Neo Geo, it goes the other way around. So of course, Japanese Neo Geos are a lot cheaper, but like I said, if you put in a game, no matter where it comes from, it goes to Japanese because the box decides the language. Okay, that's really all I got. I mean, I can talk about the games, but quite frankly, I don't have that many games because Neo Geo games are fucking expensive, dude. You know, one of the games I always looked at and I was like, that would be cool to have was Rage of the Dragons, which was like a it was like a fighting game with Double Dragon characters, but they didn't get the rights for Double Dragon, so they called it Rage of the Dragons. But it's kind of like a Double Dragon fighting game, but it's not Double Dragon. But that was one game I always looked at. But you can get that for around $600 to $800. Oh no! I mean that's not for a game. Sorry. Nah. Of course, then you know the King of Fighters and Metal Slug and SNK vs. Capcom, Fatal Fury, Galaxy Fight, Universal Warriors also came out for the Sega Saturn. Really? Oh, well, Neo Geo version is better. But that brings us back to the Sega Saturn being the fighting game console. The soccer game I got with the console. I don't like soccer. I actually hate soccer. I don't care for it. But the game, I actually played that for a little bit because it's arcade fun and the cutscenes are amazing. Like the graphics on this thing, it's like 2D greatness. And they really bring a lot out of sprite. I mean, it's basically arcade power in a console. So that's the Neo Geo. Congrats to being the most valuable console in my collection. And like I said, the shining star of my collection. So as usual, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate the support, guys. If you enjoyed the video, you might want to hit up with a like. And subscribe if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. I'll just be here with my stick all day, every day, until the end of time. It was love at first sight, guys. I can't understand that. But yeah. Bye.